We have foreign voices like Zohran Mamdani, who has just been elected. And Savio, do you think that foreign intervention is required in a case where Umar Khalid, whose speeches Delhi police found incendiary and insightful, do you think that Umar Khalid deserves support from abroad, especially from a mayor who has just been elected?
Well, the commonality, Deepak, with Mamdani and Umar Khalid is the fact that they are from the branch of Islamic radicalism and their thought process is very, very similar. And that's really the problem. So please understand, even when you saw the farmer protest and you saw the CAA protest, there were a bunch of Islamic radical organizations or Islamic support sympathizers, Islamic radicalized sympathizers, and their organizations in the US that were putting out advertisements, that were mobilizing, narrative building in the US papers and television. And that's a reality. Now, that's bound to happen, Deepak, because that's the kind of exposure and the kind of work the Islamic radical organizations have been doing as far as their narrative is concerned. The problem is where I think we have got a sort of a lesser advantage is that we don't have a strong advocacy and lobbying mechanism in the US and in other parts of the world that allows for us to take our story to the people. So when Mamdani writes a letter to Umar Khalid and Umar Khalid's parents meet up with Mamdani, it is obviously done to gain a sympathetic nod towards towards him being in jail, to drive up some support in the Islamic radical communities, in other communities that don't support the BJP, to show that minorities are in danger. That's the narrative that's been going on ever since Narendra Modi has come into the prime minister's position. But I think the fault lies with us. The fault lies with us because we have not built a stronger advocacy in the global space, and therefore we are not able to counter this narrative extensively and more assertively. What we are left to, which is pretty obvious, that the opposition, like a Rahul Gandhi, is going to align with forces that are not pro-BJP, and they are definitely going to be, some of them, anti-national forces, because Rahul Gandhi's objective is to ensure that Narendra Modi and the BJP do not continue in power. In order to do that, he's going to align with everybody that's anti-Narendra Modi. And therefore, the Islamic radical lobby in the US, which is now seeming to be a strong lobby in the US and other parts of the world, will become detrimental for the US in the long run. And that is why Donald Trump has also been very, very aggressive as far as the Islamic radical lobby is concerned. Now, if you go deeper into it, the Islamic radical lobby is actually controlled by funding that comes in from the Islamic world, as well as from China indirectly. And we also know that Rahul Gandhi had signed in a couple of years back an MOU with the ILD, which is the International Liaison Department of the Communist Party of China. It was a story the Goa Chronicle exposed several years back. So I'm not surprised with the network that Rahul Gandhi is hanging around with. What I feel that we have failed as a nation is our inability to take our story to the rest of the world, to blunt that narrative.